I think we are ready to start our program this morning. Thank you all so much for joining us at the Edinburg Municipal Auditorium for our annual Memorial Day Commemorative Ceremony. I'm Roxanne Lerma, the Director of Communications and Media for this great city. And today we are all gathering to pay tribute to the brave men and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice in service to our great nation. And we're also reflecting on the impact that their loss has had on the families and the communities that they left behind here in the Rio Grande Valley. Let us begin our program today with the invocation led by Mayor Pro Tem David Salazar. Please stand for that and remain standing for the presentation of the colors after our prayer.
Heavenly Father, today we gather with grateful hearts to honor the 90 brave heroes from our community who gave their lives in service to our nation. We pause in remembrance of their courage, sacrifice, and tremendous love for this country. Lord, we ask you to surround the families of the fallen heroes, especially our Gold Star families, with your comfort, strength, and peace. May they always know the sacrifices of their loved ones will never be forgotten in Edinburg. We thank you for the men and women who continue to serve in our armed forces, for the veterans, and for all who protect the freedoms we cherish each day. Bless them with safety, wisdom, and hope. As a community, we help us live with greater gratitude, unity, and purpose. Remind us that freedom comes at all great costs, and we honor the sacrifice not only with words, but through the service of one another and the love of our nation. May God bless the city of Edinburg, bless our military families, and bless the United States of America. Can I get an amen?
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Please remain standing for the presentation of colors by the Marine Corps League RGV Detachment 1456. Sergeant Francisco Barrientos will now lead us in today's Pledge of Allegiance, and then Liana Gutierrez will lead us in the national anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty, justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Beautiful. You may be seated. RGV Marine Corps League, Detachment 1456, thank you all so much. Leanna, amazing, beautiful, thank you. Before we do continue with our program, I want to take a second to acknowledge some special guests that we have here in the room. Our Mayor, Omar Ochoa. Mayor Pro Tem, you heard from him a little earlier, David Salazar. Our Councilman, Jerry Lozano. Our City Manager, Ms. Mayra Ayala. Always, always supporting us, our staff from Precinct 4. Thank you for being with us. Judge Andre Maldonado is with us today. Also, Ruben Villarreal from Congresswoman Monica de la Cruz's office. And we have some really special guests today. We have the Gold Star families of Army Specialist Mark Anthony Zapata, Lance Corporal Derek Hernandez, Sergeant Roy Rodriguez Salinas, Lance Corporal Homero Tijerina, Army Private Zacarias Ruiz, Petty Officer 3rd Class and Gold Star recipient Jose Antonio Sainz, also the family of Daniel Garcia, and our Texas hero, Sergeant Francisco Barrientos. At this time, if I can have, please, any elected officials that I may have left out, also any veterans in the house, please stand to be recognized at this time. I love to see so many. Thank you all so, so much for your service. And now we will begin our official program with welcome remarks from our Mayor, Omar Ochoa.
Good morning, everybody. It is my profound honor to welcome everybody here on behalf of the City of Edinburg. We gather today in our Municipal Auditorium, a building that we will soon celebrate its 100th anniversary. For nearly a century, these walls have borne witness to our community's history, our triumphs, our most solemn moments of reflection. But perhaps no gathering is more sacred than the one that we hold today. We're here to honor the 90 brave souls from Edinburg who laid their lives for our freedom. To the Gold Star families with us this morning, our city holds you in its highest embrace. Your sacrifice and the ultimate sacrifice of your loved ones is woven permanently into the fabric of who we are as a community. Edinburg is known as the hometown of heroes, and that is a title that we carry with purpose. We adorn our city with the faces of the brave men and women who served in our military service on banners all throughout our downtown area. We see them painted in murals on our walls. Their names are on our streets, on our schools, and on our government buildings. And their faces are memorialized on electric boxes as you drive through our city. We ensure that the faces of these young men and women, that their names are bright and remembered for all time. But Memorial Day must be more than a solemn reflection, which it is. But it must also be a call to action for the rest of us here who are honoring the brave men and women who laid their lives down. The service members that we honored did not approach their duty passively. They did not cower in a corner or let history simply happen to them. They stepped up. They were the shield against the attack. They were the tip of the spear in defending freedom and democracy around the world. And we must honor them the way that they honored us, not with a quiet sadness, but by celebrating their fierce and unwavering spirit. Their sacrifice was driven by the most powerful force that we know, love. They loved this country enough to step directly into harm's way. They loved the brothers and sisters serving beside them enough to protect them at all costs. And they loved their families, giving up their own futures so that ours could be secure. And their love reflects the highest ideal of our community in action. To truly honor our 90 fallen heroes, we must live with the same ferocious dedication. In a world that often focuses on what divides us, we must remember that despite our politics, despite our geography, despite our differences, we are all Americans. And our fallen heroes represent the absolute best of us. So let us remember all the fallen brave men and women. But as we leave this historic auditorium today, let's carry their spirit forward. Pursue your ideals ferociously. Love your community actively. Be engaged. Look out for your neighbor and help us build a kind of city and country that our heroes fought so valiantly to protect. May God bless our fallen heroes. May He bless all of their families who are with us today. And may He continue to bless the city of Edinburg and the United States of America.
Thank you, Mayor. Beautifully said. We are all Americans. Next up to the podium, please welcome retired Lieutenant Commander Aaron Bettis of the U.S. Navy, who is going to introduce today's keynote speaker.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Good morning, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, Gold Star families, and fellow veterans. It is my great honor to stand up here today, this morning, and introduce to you our guest speaker, Navy Cross recipient, Gunny Sergeant Juan Rodriguez Chavez, United States Marine Corps, retired. But before I ask him to come up to the podium, I'd like to share with you an abbreviated history of our military awards. America has a time-honored tradition of recognizing the acts of valor performed by soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines. The top 3 military awards for valor are the Medal of Honor, the Navy Cross, and the Silver Star. The Navy Cross is the second highest military decoration that may be awarded to a member of United States Navy, the U.S. Marine Corps, and to members of the U.S. Coast Guard when they're operating under the authority of Department of Navy. Remember that, Coast Guard. It is awarded for extraordinary heroism during combat operations against an enemy against an enemy force while facing great personal risk or imminent danger. Actions that merit the Navy Cross must be of such a high degree that they are above those required for all other U.S. combat decorations, but that do not merit award of the Medal of Honor. For the Army and Air Force, the Navy Cross is equivalent to the Distinguished Service Cross for the Army and the Air Force Cross for the United States Air Force. The Navy Cross was presented to Gunny Sergeant, at the time, Staff Sergeant Juan Rodriguez Chavez by our 75th Secretary of the Navy, Ray Mabus, on June 10th, 2011, at the United States Marine Corps Museum in Quantico, Virginia. Former Defense Secretary Leon Panetta once said, "One of the most important things we can do for veterans is to honor the service who have gone above and beyond the call of duty." I will now read the citation for this prestigious Valor Award. The President of the United States of America takes pleasure in presenting the Navy Cross to Staff Sergeant Juan Rodriguez Chavez, United States Marine Corps, for extraordinary heroism in action against the enemy as a member of Marine Embedded Training Team 2 TAC 8, Regional Regional Corps Advisory Command 3 TAC 7 in Kunar Province, Afghanistan on 8 September 2009 in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. Assigned to the security element while other members of his team led 2 platoons of Afghan National Security Forces into Gangal Village for a pre-dawn meeting with village elders. Staff Sergeant Rodriguez Chavez heard over the radio that the dismounted patrol was ambushed by roughly 50 enemy fighters in fortified positions. With 4 members of his team in immediate danger of being surrounded, he drove a gun truck with 1 other Marine as his gunner. I hope he got his permission before he took off. Forward into the kill zone of a well-prepared ambush. With only the machine gun fires of his gunner to suppress the enemy, he ignored heavy enemy fires and drove the vehicle into the kill zone 3 times to cover the withdrawal of the combined force and evacuate 24 members of the Afghan National Security Forces. With complete disregard for his own personal safety, he made a 4th trip into the deepest point of the kill zone in another gun truck with 3 other U.S. personnel to recover the bodies of the fallen team members. He positioned his vehicle to shield the U.S. members from the intense enemy fire as they dismounted to recover the bodies. By his decisive actions, bold initiative, and selfless dedication to duty, Staff Sergeant Rodriguez Chavez reflected great credit upon himself and the Marine Corps and upheld the highest traditions of the United States Naval Service. For the President, Ray Mabus, Secretary of the Navy. Ladies and gentlemen, Gunny Sergeant Juan Rodriguez Chavez.
Thank you. Doesn't matter how many times I hear the citation, it's always hard to follow it, so I'm going to try my best, hold my composure. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As you said, my name is Juan Jose Rodriguez Chavez. I would like to say I am truly honored and humbled and blessed to be here today speaking to you. I would like to recognize the Gold Star family members in attendance today. Thank you. My heart goes out to you. Today, we don't only remember our heroes' courageous sacrifice, but we should rejoice in their lives and their stories, so their memory may live on forever. I have a story too. While I was stationed in Okinawa, Japan, for my second time, I had the absolute pleasure and honor to serve with 5 brave men. So as the citation says, I was in an embedded training team. Our mission was to train, fight along the Afghan National Army and the National Afghan Police. So we were there in Kunar province. So as soon as we got there to Kunar province, we split up into smaller teams. We were a 21-man team. Like I said, our mission was to help fight the Taliban, but mentor the Afghan National Army as well. We were to help them with our U.S. resources, our planes, our big planes, our drones, and all the radio communications that we had that we bring to the fight. Our 21-man team consisted of Marines and sailors. We all came from different walks of life, different corners of our great nation and the world. 21 different ways of thinking, 21 ways of doing things. But one thing that we had in common, and all veterans have in common, is we have each other's back. So during the Vietnam War, the ETTs, they consisted of Special Forces and Infantry Marines. Our ETT team consisted of various MOSs, or military occupational fields. From administration to artillery to our Navy corpsmen. We all volunteered, like I said, from different units. There in Hawaii, a few teams from Hawaii and California. So we started our training in Okinawa, Japan. Then we moved on to Bridgeport, California, and then finishing up in beautiful 29 Palms, California. So before flying into Afghanistan in July, we were allowed to visit with our families if they were back in Okinawa. So for some well-deserved time with them, not knowing that for some of us it would be the last time. So on September 8th, 2009, like the citation says, we were to have a key leader engagement, a meeting with the village elders, so that we can help them set up the mosque, their schoolhouse, pave the road that led to the village. And 2 days prior to that, some of my team members had already got into a firefight at their position. But also the village elders had already denounced the Taliban. So they welcomed us in. Our team started the patrol at 03:30 in the morning. I and another Marine, which you might know, Dakota Meyer, which is a Medal of Honor recipient, we sat back at the rally point and set up our position with the rest of the Humvees. So leading the patrol was Lieutenant Johnson, Staff Sergeant Kenneth Feck, HM3 Layton, and Gunnery Sergeant Johnson. I worked very close with Gunnery Sergeant Johnson. So close. Sorry. That I named my son after him, Edwin. Thank you. I sure do. Something stronger. So Gunnery Sergeant Johnson and I were so close that, like I said, I named my son after him. And Gunnery Sergeant Johnson's nickname on the team was Superman. So my son's name is Edwin Kal-El. So as they're making their way into the village, all the lights are off. Now imagine back in the day, it's all mud huts, no electricity anywhere, but all of a sudden lights came up in the mud huts because they had lamps. And as soon as that happened, the firefight began. So they were shooting from all 3 different sides. As that happened, the lead element with the Navy corpsmen, they ran towards the fire and got cover in a mud hut. They started fighting back the Taliban. So the other 5 Americans and the rest of the platoons could get to safety. Not until they were in safety did they start bounding back. As they were bounding back, the 5 Americans that were in safety, they suppressed the enemy as much as they could. As they bounded back, trying to link up with the rest of the platoons, they were all wounded. However, they fought until they succumbed to their wounds. They made the ultimate sacrifice so that the rest of the team could live. A 5th member of the patrol, which was Sergeant First Class Westbrook, was seriously wounded while providing cover for the 4 heroes that were bounding back. A month later, he passed away. These men fought with such bravery and gave their lives for others so others could live. These brave heroes were husbands, fathers, brothers, and sons. They will never be forgotten. So in closing, I want to leave you with this poem that I found. It's called A Hero's Welcome by Robert Longley. Time to come home, dear brother. Our tour of duty is through. You've given so much as anyone could have been expected to do. Just a few steps further, the smoke will start to clear. Others here will guide you. You have no need to fear. You have not failed your brothers. You clearly gave it all. All through your selfless actions, others will hear the call. So take your place of honor among those who have gone before, and know that you will be remembered for now and evermore. Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gunny Sergeant Juan Rodriguez Chavez, and I know that our Gold Star families absolutely appreciated that beautiful poem. I also have one more Gold Star family that joined us today, the family of David Davila. Thank you for being with us. Appreciate that. Next up in our program for the special Battlefield Cross presentation, please welcome the Edinburg High School JROTC Honor Guard, led by Sergeant First Class Micaela Reyes.
Remember, honor, and impart the value and price of freedom. That is a mission for every citizen of the United States of America to embrace, who lives under the flag of liberty. During our brief history as a nation, hundreds of thousands of our finest have laid down their lives for the cause of freedom. Then, approximately 83,000 over the last century alone were captured, suffering unspeakable torment while others became missing and have not yet been found. Meanwhile, countless others have sustained injuries, some which healed, while other wounds were life-altering, leaving the veteran to cope daily with a high level of anguish, often impossible to speak of. Today, we honor, we remember, and we thank all of these ones who have suffered on our behalf for the cause of liberty, and most especially those who have paid the ultimate price for our freedom, having given all. We honor them with a battlefield cross. At this time, I would like to call your attention to the table set before you, where you will see a rifle placed carefully with a pair of worn boots, caped with a helmet while the rifle is draped with dog tags. This is known as the battlefield's cross, a memorial to those who have perished in battle. The battlefield cross has its origins dating to the Civil War, in that when soldiers were hastily buried between battles, the rifle was stabbed into the ground to mark their final resting place. Anything which identified the fallen was placed on the rifle, so others would know who eternally rested there. Today, service members on the battlefield are often unable to attend the funerals of their fallen brothers and sisters in arms. So the battlefield cross is placed in honor of those who have perished as a way to pay their last respects. Let us now review the meaning of the items which comprise the battlefield cross. The rifle. The rifle, bayonet affixed, is the most important tool to a United States fighting man or woman. It is the core to their livelihood and key to their survival. It is thrust into the ground, signifying that the one being remembered died in battle, fighting to the end. It also signifies that the battle is over when the rifle is left this way. The boots. The boots carry a service member through the first fight of their freedom. They are the first and most important means of transportation. The boots are placed at the base of the rifle. They are worn and dirty, reminding us that the final march to that last battle. Dog tags. Dog tags are worn by each service member. They have imprinted into them all of the important identifying information regarding that individual. The dog tags are hung from the rifle so that the name of the fallen will never be forgotten. The helmet. The helmet is an important piece of protection on the battlefield. Some believe that the hat or helmet of the individual represents what the person stood for. And so the helmet is placed on top of the rifle, signifying that the battle is over and that a great sacrifice has been made. It will never be worn again. The battlefield cross stands in tribute and memory as we honor, we remember, and we never forget. Thank you.
Thank you so much, EHS Honor Guard, JROTC. The future looks bright. And now, please welcome veteran Pedro Garcia to lead us in a beautiful rendition of God Bless the USA.
Thank you, everyone. Y'all go ahead and join me. Y'all can stand up and sing this beautiful song. Thank you. If tomorrow all my things were gone, I worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, as this flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, 'cause at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Big round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pedro. Chills. Amazing.
Thank you.
You may be seated. So there's a few things that are going to happen now. Next, we're going to present a special video tribute honoring the 90 heroes from Edinburg who made the ultimate sacrifice in service to our nation. Immediately following that video, please light your candles and raise them in honor of those 90 heroes. Each of the 90 lights and 90 seconds is dedicated to one of our fallen heroes and their enduring legacy in our 4-time All-America city. The candle tribute will be followed by a traditional 21-gun salute, so don't be alarmed, presented by RGV Memorial VFW Post 8788 in solemn recognition of their sacrifice. And then following that salute, Mr. Miguel Morales of Marine Corps League RGV Detachment 1456 will play taps in honor of all our fallen heroes. Let's go ahead and roll the video.
World War I, Manuel Guzman. World War II, Amador Aguirre. Ethelbert F. Amason. Jesus Bazan. George P. Brown. Edward Cairns, David Dávila, Alfonso del Barrio,
Erwin H. de Montel,
Manuel Díaz, Charles Enoch, Alfonso Flores, Gustavo Flores, José B. Flores, Victor Flores, Laird Flores, William A. Forbes, Robert C. Foster, Daniel R. Garcia Jr., Domingo Garza, George Gillard Jr., Felix R. Gomez, Charles Hamilton, Preston Harris, Joseph W. Heacock Jr., Manuel Hernandez, Isubio Herrera, William B. Hill, James Lambert, Boyce D. Lomax,
Ernesto D. López, Eugenio López, Ramón V. López, Higinio Mendiola, Manuel Montemayor, Santos B. Moreno, Félix O. Navarro, Pacífico Ochoa Jr., James B. Owen, Walter Phillips, Stanley Rentz, Alonso Rodríguez, Zacarías Reese, J. M. Russell, Jose A. Saenz, Hullet Sells, Dabney W. Sharp, Robert H. Starr, Wayne W. Stewart, Lester L. Stout, Joel Valdez, Fidel A. Villarreal, Jacob D. White, Jose M. Yanes, Steve A. Dukowitz,
Korean War,
Baldomero Ansaldúa, Froelán Flores, Eusebio Gutiérrez, Lucio R. Gutiérrez, Vicente Guzmán Jr., John C. Kaiser, Manuel Martínez, Richard A. McKelvey, Leonel Rodríguez,
Vietnam War,
Luis A. Alanis Jr., Juan L. Contreras, Reynaldo R. Cavazos, Edward P. Cooper, Teodoro Dávila, Victoriano Espinosa Jr., Vicente Garza, Jose M. Gomez. Medal of Honor recipient, Alfredo Gonzalez,
Florentino Martínez Jr., Rafael Martínez, Arturo Rodríguez, Leonel A. Ryan, Jaime A. Salinas, Roy R. Salinas, Nolan L. Simmons, Noe Tamés, Homero E. Tijerina, Joseph M. Wilshire, Woodrow H. Wilburn,
Iraqi Freedom War.
Christopher Ramirez, Dustin M. Sekula, Benito A. Ramirez, Mark A. Zapata,
Afghanistan Operation Enduring Freedom, Derek Hernandez.
And now, in honor of our Edinburgh heroes, 90 lights and 90 seconds. Please turn on your candles. Thank you for that beautiful moment of silence. Please stand by for the 21-gun salute.
Honor guard, head up, forward, up, right, lead. Prepare to fire 3 volleys. Ready, aim, fire, aim, hold, aim, hold, up, left, lead, 3, and hold.
Beautiful. You may be seated. At this time, members of American Legion Post 408 will now present a ceremonial memorial wreath in honor of Edinburgh's fallen heroes and all those who made the ultimate sacrifice in service to this nation. Thank you so much. American Legion Post 408, so active in our city. Thank you. Before we close out today's ceremony, I'd like to extend our sincere thanks to HEB and its Operation Appreciation Program for generously sponsoring today's event. A round of applause, please. I want you all to know that since 2008, HEB has stood alongside the city of Edinburg in always honoring our veterans and also supporting our Gold Star families. Their continued commitment to those who have served our nation is so deeply appreciated. So today, on top of everything else that they've done, HEB would also like to invite all veterans, Gold Star families, and attendees to a special fellowship gathering and a complimentary lunch at the Museum of South Texas History immediately following this ceremony. So again, thank you to our HEB. Also want to thank Edinburg Cultural Arts and, of course, our Veterans Committee. It takes a village to put all of this together, so we appreciate you all so, so much. Thank you all for joining us today as we remember and honor Edinburgh's fallen heroes. May we all carry their legacy with us and never, ever forget the sacrifices made for the freedoms that we enjoy. Our Texas hero has some words. Hold on, stand by. Yes, sir. No? Pedro Cano. From Korea. Okay, thank you. We need to honor him as well. Appreciate it. Thank you, Sergeant Barrientos. That concludes our Memorial Day ceremony. God bless our fallen heroes, our veterans, and the United States of America. Have a wonderful day, City of Edinburg.